us. I think one of the first questions we really want to get into is the new album, Scream, obviously. We have the launch coming out on the 31st of the month. What are really some of your favorite collaborations on the album, and also the inspiration for the album?
Well, one of my favorite was the one that I did with Ferry Corsten. You know, one of the things about this industry or the scene is, you know, it can get heavy sometimes. And you know, Ferry and I have always been good friends, and we just decided we're going to get into the studio and just no idea what we're going to do. We're just going to have fun, and that's what we came up with, Loops and Tings. And I think what's so special about that track is, you know, when you go into the studio just for fun, you know, magic can happen. You know, a lot of times you go in the studio, you know, even outside of the studio when you're working with people, a lot of times there's a lot of management involved and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, we just went in the studio, did the track, and then said, let management deal with it afterwards.
And what would you say is kind of the overall expression and the overall theme of the entire album?
Well, it's definitely a little bit more like, you know, I called it Scream because for a couple different reasons. Number one, it was like, this was probably the most frustrating album of all that I've ever made, because I have so many ideas in my head, and I was trying to get them out. You know, it's like this album for sure, I wanted to kind of be fuel for my live sets. You know, it's like I had ideas, visual ideas in mind for my live sets, so I made the music that would, you know, kind of be the theme for that. And so just trying to get the ideas out from my head, you know, was really frustrating. And at the same time, it was almost like, you know, I just I got a little frustrated with where music was. You know, it was either really commercial, you know, all sounding the same, or it was just so fluffy and so, you know, full of rainbows and unicorns that it was like, you know, like, that's not what I got in the scene for either. So I was looking for like a balance, like great melodies, great themes, but a little bit more aggressive. You know, just something that's just kind of like, you know, I guess something that was maybe more aggressive.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, you kind of talked about the scene and kind of things going mainstream and things like that. What do you see as really up-and-comers that are really defining the industry in different ways, of people that are artists and things like that?
Well, first of all, I don't look at the scene going mainstream as being negative. I think it's kind of a cool thing that, you know, that we've, you know, people are embracing what we're doing right now. You know, but that being said, there's so many people that have worked many years, you know, some for decades in this scene that I hope don't get left behind. You know, and of course the new people that are coming into the scene, they're bringing new energy, new ideas. You know, like one of the guys, for example, Coma, who I brought with me to play with me at Avalon tonight. You know, I think he's going to be a star. You know, he's amazing musician, producer, and also an amazing DJ. You know, one of Armin's proteges, Orion Nilsson, is making amazing tracks as well. You know, so there's a lot of young guys like that are just kind of like starting to you know, be the voice of the next generation, and I think that, you know, the scene's growing really rapidly because of those guys and the new ideas that they're bringing.
And do you also see yourself building collaborations with these individuals?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, like I did a track with Coma on the album, and you know, taking him with me on tour, and then, you know, one of the things that we're looking to do is, you know, I signed him on, you know, for management, because I think that a lot of these guys, there's so many young talented guys out there who maybe don't get the opportunity. They don't know where to turn, and you know, that one of the next goals for me in my career is to help some of these young guys kind of achieve their dreams. You know, because I've achieved more than anything that I've ever dreamt of doing. And now I want to make sure and kind of pass that on as well, help other people achieve their dreams.
Beautiful, beautiful. Kind of transitioning a little bit, moving towards your festival experiences and obviously playing really large crowds. What would be your best festival experience over the past years, and why, really?
Wow, it's so hard to choose, but I mean, obviously, you know, the Electric Daisy Carnival of 2011 was like a monumental moment. You know, I think that's when the United States just woke up and said, what has been going on? This is, you know, that's when the mainstream media, we announced to the mainstream media that we're here, you know. Electric Daisy Carnival this year also had its own little interesting twist, you know. It was so much wind.